Hello, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to be showing us how I make a stew with a dry meat called Tinko or Kundi. This is a very delicious meat that is made from cow meat, which is usually dehydrated. And it tastes so good if you make it very well with stew. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with us today, how I make it. And if you are new to my channel, you are very welcome. And if you are a returning supporter, thank you so much for coming back again. Yes, and if you find this video interesting, kindly like, share, subscribe if you have not subscribed, so that I can bring more of this content to you. Let's get cooking. Yes, this is how our Tinko or Kundi meat looks like, in case you don't know or if you have never seen it. Yes, it's very dry, it's very dehydrated. In fact, it's a means of preservation. That's why they dehydrate it and dry it so strong like that. So before you can make it edible, it has to go through a preparation. So what I usually do is I make use of Gari and water. I usually soak it overnight, or I soak it, like if I want to make it in the evening, I'll soak it in the morning. And there are two ways of soaking it. I can pour some water on the stove in a pot and then let the water just warm up before I pour the meat and add the Gari. But sometimes I love to do it cold. I just soak it in the cold water. But I realized that the one you soak in the cold water, the meat retains its wholeness, compared to the one I soak in the warm water. The one I soak in warm water, usually sometimes some of them will break up, but this one in the cold water usually stays whole, and it's very easier to wash very well. Instead of breaking, it doesn't break. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to soak this one in a cold water and with some Gari, and this is going to be done and be left overnight. So let's keep watching. Yeah, we can see that I've added the meat inside the water. So I'm just going to sprinkling the Gari on it. I'm going to make sure the Gari, goes all over the bottom, the middle of the meat, so that the Gari will be able to stick to the meat and extract out some dirt, stones, sands, or whatever that might be hiding in all the corners of the meat, because the meat is very dry. So while in the process of drying, so many things will have been hidden and shrunk inside. So let's keep watching. So now our Kundi is ready to go to sleep. So I'm covering it. I'm going to leave it overnight. Yes, now we are going to start to make our dry meat stew, the Kundi stew. So here I have the Kundi, which I've soaked since yesterday. It has really soaked very well. We can see that it has absorbed all the water that I used to soak it, and the Gari is so sticky, stuck to the meat and all that. And I also have the other ingredients. I have red bell pepper, I have some tomatoes, I have onions. I use a lot of onions, so I have 2 medium-sized onions. I have red oil. I have the mixed dry seasoning, the natural seasoning. I have some dry seasoning, which include like cumin, clove powder, turmeric powder, and cinnamon powder. And I also have some Maggi cubes. I have salt to taste. Yes. Let's continue watching. Yes. So wash the meat. I'm going to transfer it into this big basin so that I can have enough space. So this is it. Whoa. You can see the traces of the dirt and everything. Yes. So as it is now, we can see that it's, wow, everything has really expanded very well. So I'm going to rub it in very well. I'm going to rub it in. Well, the Gari is, the work of the Gari is to extract, is to enter into different corners and, you know, get stuck into all the nooks and crannies of the meat. So I'm pouring some water. And I'm going to use this iron sponge also. Sometimes I do that. Just use iron sponge to, you know, to support the cleaning. See some dirt here. Just going to change this one. So now I'm going to try to use brush to go in deeper. Yes, I'm just going to get some water inside the glass bowl and I'll be adding some salt to it. So as I'm washing the meat with the brush, and I will be transferring it into the glass bowl, yes, to continue to soak and to continue to extract more of the dirt and the Gari from it. Yes, as we can see that the process of, you know, making this meat, you know, it takes a little time, but it's worth it. If it's something that you like to eat, you will be able to put in your time and make it very well. So I'm usually patient to make sure, because if you crack any stone when you are eating this meat, you might not want to eat it again in life. So that is how it is. So I really take time to clean it very well. Yeah, and you can see the water. You can see how dirty. Despite the fact that I've rinsed it, it's still dirty. But we just love to enjoy the taste, you know. And let's see some sand. See, sand. These are sand. Yeah, this is sand from the meat. This is just the meat pieces. This is sand. So, yeah, the Tinko is well clean. It's well clean. I really did a good job to it. It's clean and it looks so good. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it in the salt water to continue to soak until when I, you know, need to, you know, start cooking it. So now is the time to get the pepper ready. So I'll be cleaning the bell pepper, the tomatoes, the habanero pepper, and the onion. I'm going to prep everything and before blending them for use. So let's keep watching. Yeah, when I'm making this tinko or kundi stew, I usually love to put like a little, spicy pepper in it because it really makes you get that nice taste and that heat. Yes, and especially when you are eating it like that, but you can adjust. You can always adjust any ingredient to your taste. If you don't like pepper at all, it's all well. Everything is going to come out good. If you don't like it spicy, yes, let's keep watching. Going to blend this. I'm just going to leave some. Now I'll be blending the last batch. I'll be taking off this one tomato, so I think I have enough because I don't like too much tomatoes in my stew. I believe it makes your stew to taste, like sour. That's my opinion. And I don't like using tin tomato because I feel like tin tomatoes, they have too much additives, which I don't like. So I prefer to use fresh ones. So I don't know, but if you love it, if you're okay with all the additives in the tin tomatoes, well, we have our individual preferences and choices. So let's keep watching. So now I just sliced the onions that I'm going to use in the stew, and all the ingredients are prepped. So now it's time for us to start the cooking. Now we are ready to start. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to rinse the meat one more time, to rinse off the salt which I used to soak it. Then we continue with the other ingredients. Yes, the meat has been rinsed, and I'm going to pour everything inside the pot. Just let's keep watching. Oh, perfect. Okay, now, so we have then the next thing is the onion. Then I'm going to add oil. I don't fry my oil. So I'm just going to make the oil go like that. And I'm going to add some salt. Now I'll take it to the stove. So now we are going to check on our soap. The soup is already cooking, and this onion is sweet onion. I love sweet onions a lot, and the onion is going to release a kind of sweetness into this stew, which the meat is going to absorb, and it's going to make this meat to taste so well. So I'm going to let it continue to cook up gently and gently. So now I'm going to add all my seasoning. I'm going to let it continue to cook. Very good. Let's cover it. Let's check our soup. Wow. Good. Very, very good. I just want to add this Ponmo to it, because this Ponmo, when you make Ponmo with Kundi meat, it's, both of them, they go very well together, and they bring a very nice taste. So that is why I just decided to add some Ponmo to it to complete the meat. Yeah, it's like a very good companion. They go along together. Yeah, the stew is really cooking down. We can see that everything is bubbling together. The meat is softening up, is soaking, soaking the stew. So that is why the stew is thickening. So when it's thickening, that shows that So now I'm going to be adding the Maggi cube seasoning to enhance the taste more. So now I'm adding the calabash nutmeg mix dry seasoning, which enhances the taste even more. The stew is cooking down more, but we are still going to allow it to cook because we are going to fry it very well. Now we are checking the stew again, and we can see that the oil is coming on top of it, and that is the evidence that the soup is drying. It's you know, everything is coming together. So we are going to continue to monitor it and let it continue to cook down, and you know, let more oil come to the surface. Right now we see that the soup is still coming, the oil is still coming to the surface, and it's looking so nice and it smells so amazing. This is the time to like this video. If you have not liked this video, and if you find this video interesting, if you find it helpful and you love the recipe, kindly give it a like, give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, and support this channel so that I'll be able to bring more of these recipes to you. So right now, I'm just going to cover this stew, and I'm going to put the stove on the lowest and let it simmer for a few minutes before I take it off the stove.
Dry meat.
Yes, the soup is ready. You can see how well cooked it is. That's really cooked so down, so nice, and the stew is looking so good and smells so good and delicious. The meat is soft, you know. I know. So you know how you can chew it and enjoy it. You can use it, you can pair it with a goosey, you can pair it with any soup to enjoy, any swallow, rice, yam or anything. You can pair it with a wedu, a goosey, a vegetable soup and all that. Yeah, it's a very delicious stew, and the combination with Ponmo is a very yummy recipe. If you have watched this video to this end, thank you so much for your time. Kindly like, share, subscribe, and you know, share your suggestion, and subscribe to my channel and support my channel. See you in my next video. Bye bye now.